Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. So, Alex tells Teresa that the magazine is pretty much just failing. Bella is failing. It's not getting traction like it should. And he pretty much is like, we're going to shut it down. Now, Teresa begs and begs and begs. And it's like, I can fix this. I can do this. I can do that. And Alex is like, it's not your fault. Even Maggie told me that was not a good idea. It wasn't a good idea back then. And it's not a good idea now. And I've tried to talk to the advertisers and it just isn't working. He doesn't blame her, although I think that if he wasn't sleeping with her, if he didn't have feelings for her, he might put some of this on her because she did sit there and say that she was distracted with Tate and everything. She also said that she wasn't qualified. I don't know how true that was, right? Because I haven't watched this, I've only been watching the show for 2 years or whatever. Apparently, she was running another magazine even before then. Now, she says that she wants to quit. He's like, no, 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 don't quit. We can find you something else. Um, which honestly, to tell you the truth, I think it would probably look bad for the company if you just have her do something else after if she did have something to do with ruining the magazine and kind of ruining a portion of the company. Like, if I was working there, I'd be like, so let me get this straight. She could just sit there and just get another job somewhere else. But if I mess up on my job, I'm out my ass. What does that look like? Um, I mean, seriously, talk about nepotism. Now, Teresa does go to Maggie, and since Maggie is her sponsor, she vents, and Maggie's like, "No, this isn't on you. This is on this is on Alex." Because I told him it was a bad idea from jump. I watched him do it. I told him it wasn't working. He didn't listen, so this isn't on you. Now again, Teresa said that she wasn't qualified. She didn't have degrees, this, that, and the third. Which, to be honest, again, if she ran a company before, she ran a magazine before, a degree and no degree, she did just fine. Hell, a lot of people actually do good with companies and stuff like that that don't have degrees. So that's not something that can sit there and hold you back. You not being able to do your job is something that's definitely not going to be able to is definitely going to hold you back. Now Maggie does, for some odd reason, talk to Alex about Teresa feeling like she was a failure and about the company and everything. And of course, Alex was like, okay, so I get it. You're here to sit there and gloat. Okay, you can start. Come on, just sit there and say, I told you so. But she doesn't do that. And the thing that's annoying me about Maggie is that Maggie talks to Constantine and says, listen, I want to marry you. I want you to stay in the country. And of course, Constantine plays coy like, no, I can't do this in good conscience or whatever. How your family would feel. And Maggie was just like, listen, if my family has a problem with them, has a problem with what I'm doing, the hell with them. And I'm like, you know what? In all reality, I get that you're grieving, and I get that you're lonely, but these people have known you for a very long time. And if they're sitting there telling you, hey, listen, you need to be careful, you need to be cautious as this guy, and you're practically sitting there, and she said before, she was like, if I get hurt or whatever, I think she said something along the lines of, I'm not going to listen to them. I don't really care what they have to say. I'm just like, you know what? Listen, if this guy swindles you out your fortune, I'm not going to feel bad for you. I'm really not going to feel bad for you. I don't understand how anyone can actually feel bad for her because again, I understand she's the grieving widow, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. But boy, you have common sense, and your friends known you for a very long time. They're telling you, hey, listen, this guy's not somebody to be trusted. You're practically sitting there saying, F everyone else, I'm gonna sit there and do what I want to do. Okay, cool. So when you fall on your ass, then you have nobody to blame for yourself. And I know it sounds cold hearted, but I ain't gonna feel bad for you. You did this to yourself. Now, Constantine does talk to Teresa just to make sure that she's still on board. And, Teresa's talking about how she wants to back out, she wants to leave, yada, yada, yada. He's like, yo, listen, you ain't gonna mess with my plans. Okay, I've come too far, and what the payout that I'm getting is not even nowhere near what he wants. Let's be honest, she's gonna give most of that money of Victor's to the family. And she's not even getting the whole thing. She's only getting half. So he has to sit there and get half of what she's getting, which is, you know, it's not nearly as much money you want. But he's like, hey, listen, I've invested too much into this, so I'm getting what I'm gonna get. But he does tell her, hey, listen, you need to sit there and help me find this card. Since Thomas has it and is doing God knows what with it, selling it, playing with it, and he'll probably lose it somewhere. Um, he's there for revenge also against John because he feels that John shot his daughter, even though he didn't witness it. And John is blaming himself for the shooting, even though he didn't remember doing it, so he doesn't even know if he did it or not. You see what I'm starting to talk about? Just how dumb that some of this stuff is. Um, let's see. EJ is talking to Stefan, talking about ELQ stuff, talking about trying to get back his fortune or whatever, and EJ's like, no, you're gonna get back half. I'm keeping the other half. So they get into it for a little bit. Kristen comes in. Kristen's like, why am I the last person to know? Um, they're talking about it for a little bit. EJ acts like his usual smug, arrogant self. So that's what he says. Basically, it's like, it's definitely not going to get back from the company. It's done. It's a wrap. It ain't happening. So he leaves. And Stefan's like, you know what? I want you to sit there and knock him off his high horse. I'm going to sit there and back you. I'm going to help you, Kristen. I'm going to help you. But I need you to do something for me. I need you to sit there and get Gabby out. So she's like, let's not think about it. And she's like, if she's innocent, we'll sit there and find out who killed Lee, which is great because honestly, to tell you the truth, it's like they put that whole thing on ice for months. I mean, hell, we have no idea we have no idea what the future of, what's the guy name? Christian Maddox or whatever his name is. Evan, I think that's his name. Jan Spears kicked him into the water and took off with baby that um, I think is also Sean's. I'm not even too sure. It's been so long that I totally forgot. I wonder if they're ever going to circle back to that, which I don't think they are, unfortunately. Or maybe they will. Who knows? I mean, when Hope wasn't there, and we wondered why for a hot minute, why Hope didn't come back to town, we had to sit there and find out on Beyond Salem. So God only knows if they're ever going to get back to the whole Jan Spears and everything like that. Anyway, Ava grabs Lazarus' stuff with Trip and tells him that he's leaving, and Trip is worried because he's like, what you got yourself into. Wendy overhears, and she comes in. They have a talk, and bottom line, Wendy's like, she's not doing good at work, and she's like, here's the thing. If something happened to your mom as far as trying to get back into trouble or whatever, I'm out. So she's like, I'm out. I can't do it for my mental health. I can't do it for my parents' mental health. They're just now starting to sit there and kind of get back to a decent place, and I can't do that on them. So if mom got something going on, I got to be out. Now, Trip does try to talk to her and be like, hey, listen, one of the things he did sit there and say was, you need to sit there and go to therapy. You need to go to therapy. Things ain't working at the job. She's having PTSD. She can't sit there and focus at work. So she needs to sit there and get some therapy ASAP. So I think he's trying to convince her to stay in this relationship. And it would kind of suck that he did wind up losing another relationship this time because of his mom, as opposed to Allie, because Allie was just trash. Let's just be honest. What she did to him was trash on so many levels. Um, I don't know what they're going to wind up doing with those two. I mean, personally, I kind of don't really care. But I will sit there and say this much. You know what? You know what they actually got going more than Johnny and Chanel. They actually had an adventure. I mean, think about it. The cabin stuff wasn't really that amazing. all the stuff that we were talking about in my live stream didn't wind up happening. And so at least Trip and Wendy got something going. I'll sit there and say that much. Um, so Aaron Harris, for some odd reason, did not go to the bistro yet to pick up that black book. Um, which I'm wondering what is taking them so long. So while they're sitting there talking, EJ comes over and EJ's like, "Hey, listen, Stefan wants the keys back. I think I just try to save you and him some awkwardness." And he does mention to Harris, like, "Hey, listen, I know what you did. I know what you did, trying to, get my brother to take all the rap and everything like that." And Harris gets up in his face and he's like, "I don't know what Stefan has over you. I'm gonna figure it out." The thing is, EJ's like, "Yo, listen, you better sit there and keep my good side. Because if you don't, you ain't gonna be a cop anymore. Hell, you may actually want to go into jail. So let's just sit there and keep that. Let's just sit there and keep that on your mind while you're sitting there trying to give me this whole tough guy energy." And again, he gives his usual smart, smug smile and laugh and everything like that as he walks off. One of the things that they did actually really do right on this show is give EJ somebody to match him. And I think in a lot of ways, Stefan is that guy to match EJ. They wound up doing an interview with Brandon B something, and he was talking about how excited he was to actually be back as Stefan. Because the one person that could sit there and really kind of take him on wise is Stefan. So I will sit there and praise the show for that. Even though I am not exactly a fan of that stupid mustache, but it is what it is. Um, Damn, I gotta sit there and fix my handwriting. I was like, Trina's not on this show. Oh wait, that's Trip. Damn, I was sitting there writing too fast. Anyway, that's pretty much about it. I can't think of anything else. But if you miss anything, write it down in the comment section. Yeah, write it down in the comment section. Anything I miss, write it down in the comment section. Let me know if you liked this episode, if you didn't like this episode. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Also, share the video if you can. I know people always sit there and say hit the like button and stuff like that. And that does help as well. It does get more people to sit there and watch it. And I do like doing reviews on this. Hell, actually, I like doing reviews on all of them. Um, I don't really do reviews that much on this one. I just feel like a lot of people don't usually watch it that much, and I don't know. Sometimes it's just motivation. It's like I want people to sit there and watch. I want people to enjoy it. But if people would rather watch the Born Beautiful reviews, I'm like, I'll do that. But if I have time, I'll sit there and do this as well. I think one of the plans that I may do, and let me know if you were like this or y'all like this, is if let's just sit there and say a day that I don't do a stream. I can sit there and do all four reviews, and all reviews on all four shows. Just that way people can sit there and have an idea of what I thought on each show. Thinking about implementing that, because there's some days where it's like, I have time to sit there and do a stream, or I just may be really tired and just will not be able to give it my 100% on the stream. So I figure that's a nice little thing that I can do instead of doing a stream if I don't do a stream sometimes. Live stream. Um, Anyway, let me know if that's a good idea, and also let me know what your thoughts are on this episode, and I'll see you in the next video.